This is Algebra 1-1, Section 1.3 of Unit 1. Okay, we start out here translating verbal phrases to expressions. Addition has a lot of different numbers that can be, or different words that can be used. You could actually have the word addition, plus, sum, that's a typo, I'm sorry. Sum, total, more than or increased by. An example would be they would give the word, a number increased by 7. The expression would look like x plus 7, or any variable that you wanted. Subtraction can have the words minus, difference, less than, decreased by, less. Now, there's an important thing that you understand. In less than and less, there's a big difference. If I say in my pocket, I have 5 less than $20, you know I have $15. That is 20 minus 5. If I say I have 5 less 20, I mean I have 5 with 20 taken from it. 5 less 20. Multiplication, words for this are times, product, multiply by, of. Half of a number means half times that number, any variable you want to use. Division, quotient, or divided by, divided into, goes into. The quotient of 20 and a number. Quotient of 20 puts the 20 on top, and a number puts the number on the bottom. It really is specific to the order that it's read in. So if that had the quotient of a number and 20, the n would go on top. We have an expression here that they want us to convert to an algebraic expression. A piece of ribbon cut from a ribbon 8 foot long. So I usually draw these and think about it. If it's 8 foot long, and I snip a little section here, I don't know how long that is. So I say that it's x, because in algebra we like to use letters when we don't know how specific length. So now to represent what that length would be, well, we know that we took it from the 8 feet, so take it away from 8. And that would be your expression to show the length of that piece. At work, you and 5 co-workers share tips at the end of the night. Well, we might say T is equal to the amount of total tips. Now, if you were going to say, oh, this would be easy, you just take T divided by 5. You're missing one little detail. How many people are involved here? It should be T divided by 6. Nice job. The next page of notes, it says to find a unit rate. Well, here's what a unit rate really means. A unit rate means that it's a rate over 1. So let's say that I am going on my bicycle 45 miles in 3 hours. This is called a rate because it has units over units. So a rate is equal to units over units. But a unit rate is units over 1. So to find the unit rate here, we literally divide the 3 into 45. Or we can cross multiply in solving a proportion and make this a 1 on the bottom. Here we would say, well, what would the answer be? Cross multiply. We get 45 equals 3x. Divide by 3. And we find that 15 equals x. If we had divided 3 into 45, we would have gotten the same thing. The only problem with counting that as your final answer is that you didn't convert it to a unit rate yet. You need to write it as 15 miles per hour. Okay, next thing is to solve multi-step problems, calculate unit rate, write a verbal model, and evaluate. Your basic monthly charge for a cell phone service is $30. I like to just write down a few little notes as we go. That seems important. It includes 300 free minutes. So we'll just make a note here. Includes 300 minutes. You pay a fee for each extra minute you use. 1 month you paid $3.75 for 15 extra minutes. So that sounds like a rate. $3.75 for 15 minutes. Find your total bill if you use 22 extra minutes. We can solve this by a proportion and cross multiplying, or we can solve it by reducing that to a rate. I'll show you both ways. So if you cross multiply, you would get 375 times 22, 10, 15, 7, 0, 10, 15, 7, and we move it over 2 places, so it's 82.50. Now, that's what we get up on top. So we have 82.50 equals 15x. Now we divide by 15 on each side. And we see that x equals, well, 15 will go in there about 5 times. So 15 into 82.50. Let's try 5. 5 times 5 is 25, 75. We subtract and we get 750. And 15 goes into 750 5 times. So we're going to have an additional $5.50 added to our bill. So our total bill, because they asked for total bill, is $35.50. Now, if you didn't want to find that using a proportion, or that doesn't make sense, you could reduce this to a unit rate. 3.75 divided by 15 . 15 will go into 37 twice, that's 30. 15 will go into 75 5 times. So each minute costs 25 cents. Now you take that 25 cents and you multiply it by your 22 extra minutes. That would be 50 cents and another 50. So that makes $5.50, and that's exactly what you added from the other way. So, great job. We'll see you tomorrow in class.